Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Another night, another frost advisory. This should be our last of the week, so how quickly can we get these temperatures back to average? Devin?
Ben, as the UAW's rank and file trudged to work in the snow, their leader was living it up in Palm Springs. Stunning new allegations of corruption coming to light as the ex-UAW president Dennis Williams is sentenced by a federal judge.
But we begin with multiple breaking news stories off the top here at 5. First, in Warren, a search is underway for a 27-year-old woman who police say was dragged out of the Subway restaurant on East 9 Mile Road near Shaner. Police say she was then put into a burgundy Chevy Suburban with Florida plates and smashed out back windows. If you see a car matching that description, contact police. We've got a crew in Warren right now, and we'll update you as soon as we learn more. Now to breaking news out of Ann Arbor. The University of Michigan has released its report on Dr. Robert Anderson and what it calls a prolonged pattern of sexual misconduct. That report also says university officials knew about it and didn't act multiple times.
Let's get to Mara McDonald, who is live in Ann Arbor tonight with more. Mara.
Devin, this report was done by the university through a law firm that it hired. And according to the report, they spoke with 600 patients, former patients of Dr. Anderson. And the findings really can be boiled down to this. Dr. Anderson sexually assaulted students on this campus for decades, and the university did not step in to stop it. Dr. Robert Anderson, who is now dead, had a career at the University of Michigan that spanned 37 years. And according to the university's own 70-page investigation into what happened here, the victims all tell remarkably similar stories. Anderson treated students, most of them athletes, and 150 of those former students told investigators of what can only be described as grossly inappropriate medical exams that involved rectal exams and pelvic exams for unrelated conditions. Some students just took the abuse, afraid of losing their athletic scholarships if they rocked the boat. But some students did complain about the behavior and the treatment as early as 1975, and then again in the late 70s and early 80s, and nothing was done. The bottom line, according to the executive summary in this 240-page report, is simple. Quote, "We have no doubt Dr. Anderson engaged in a prolonged pattern of sexual misconduct involving many members of the university community." Back here live, this report going public today officially from the university. All the Board of Regents is saying is that it is in receipt of this report and it is going over the findings. We're live on the campus of the University of Michigan tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. A Storm Tracker 4 is tracking a few showers moving through for the evening drive. For most of us, though, the sun's still out, though still maybe a little chillier than we'd like.
It is. One thing for sure is we're ready for a warm-up.
Ben, what can we do about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've gotten good practice with these frost advisories, 3 in a row now. The good news is the freeze warnings are all on the west side of the state, but we're still expecting the mid-30s tonight. Area-wide as we see another chilly night. Here's some good news. We've been seeing these consistent winds out of the northwest, but you can see these temperatures are almost the same up in the UP as what we're seeing in the southern end of the state. In fact, these numbers are about 10 degrees warmer than what we were seeing yesterday. So that pipeline of colder air from the northwest is about to shut down, and we will see 36 in the morning, but our afternoon temperatures tomorrow already going to the 60s, and we've got some pleasant changes to discuss for the weekend. We'll run those down in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben, thank you. The state is reporting 1,992 new cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours, continuing this downward trend we've seen over the past few weeks now. 99 new deaths, though, are also being reported, including 32 from a vital records review.
Right now, 55.3% of Michiganders have received at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine. We crossed that first big milestone yesterday. The next is 60%, and that would allow for increased capacity at sporting events and banquet halls, among other things. Tonight, Governor Whitmer is sounding an upbeat tone about expanding vaccines to children as young as the age of 12.
Take a listen to what she had to say when our cameras caught up with her at an event on the west side of the state.
Approval is just coming through, the early use authorization from the FDA. We're excited about that. We want to focus and help to empower parents and schools to educate the public so that we can get more people vaccinated.
Vaccinations for children are aged 12 to 15 could begin as early as Thursday, but first, there's another hurdle to clear.
Yeah, a panel of independent experts will have to review all the safety and efficacy standards. That's set to happen tomorrow. On Monday, the FDA granted emergency use authorization for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for children between the ages of 12 and 15.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, stick.
That decision came after the FDA analyzed clinical trial data showing the vaccine was 100% effective in more than 2,200 adolescents.
It was a relatively straightforward decision. The response to the vaccine was excellent, and in fact, it was even better in the younger age group.
Now it's up to the CDC. Tomorrow, the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will meet to decide if it will recommend the use of the vaccine for this age group. During the meeting, all of the data from the trial will be presented to the panel and to the public. If the panel votes yes, the CDC director would then need to sign off on that recommendation, which would be expected to happen quickly. Because the dose is the same one given to adults, the shots will be available immediately at pharmacies and other vaccine sites. But many pediatricians are prepping to get the vaccine too, making sure they have a freezer that's cold enough and training staff. They're also talking to parents because some are hesitant.
For my children, great immune systems, healthy, and we don't know what the vaccine does yet.
But others are ready and grateful.
A lot of peace of mind, a huge relief, to know that there's something out there that can protect him and all of our kids.
Okay, all set.
Now, if the CDC agrees with the recommendation, COVID vaccines for 12 to 15-year-olds could begin Thursday. Well, what about vaccines for children under the age of 12? Those are going to take a few more months of study, in fact, at least. The FDA's Vaccine Advisory Panel has scheduled a meeting for June to discuss the requirements that have to be met before vaccines for younger children would be considered for emergency use.
All right, a new delivery of 230,000 doses of the COVID vaccine brings the state's total to 10.1 million. 7.4 million doses have been administered, meaning 2.6 million doses are available. Well, from a lakefront house built up north just for him to months-long stays at a Palm Springs resort, and the feds say Dennis Williams didn't pay a dime for it.
Short time ago, a federal judge sentenced the former UAW president to 21 months in prison for his role in the union's long-running corruption scandal. Rod Maloney, following today's sentencing. Rod, the notion of a former UAW president in prison is something to fathom.
Yeah, it's unprecedented, Devin. And here's the thing. Here's the pre-sentencing memo from the feds. And what they said was that Dennis Williams lived a double life. While on the one hand railing against corporations for treating the rank and file poorly, not paying them enough, he was out living the high life on the backs of the union faithful. Now he's headed to prison. 3 years ago this month, outgoing UAW President Dennis Williams bid an ironic adieu to Detroit.
American workers have been handed a short stick for a long, long time.
He was talking about trade policy then, but today he received his sentence after pleading guilty for conspiracy to embezzle union funds, as the Fed said of him enjoying an all-expenses-paid vacation on the backs of union membership. We've heard the stories of the luxury living, posh restaurants, golf rounds, very expensive cigars, and the custom-built $1 million up north Michigan lakefront cottage at the Black Lake Resort and Conference Center. But in the sentencing memo, the feds also say that Williams spent nearly a year of his 4-year term living in the Indian Canyons Golf Resort in Palm Springs, California, union dues paying his way. In speaking with the judge today, Williams choked up and had to stop as he mentioned his wife, children, and grandchildren. He also said, quote, "I stand before you with great regret. What I did was wrong. I want to apologize to the men and women of the UAW. Even when I've served my time, my reputation has been tarnished. I live with these things for the rest of my life," end quote. Judge Paul Borman said this was a serious crime and needed serious response as a way to prevent future conduct like this. Instead of the year and a day Williams' attorney asked for, the judge gave Williams 21 months in federal prison. Now, the thing to remember about his stays at that Palm Springs resort, it was mostly in the winter months when the rank and file was trudging to the plant in the snow back here in the Midwest. Now, in the meantime, he's asking to serve his prison time in California near his family. He's also going to have to serve his probation from California as well. He got a $10,000 fine.
And after all that we've heard now, what's the reaction from the UAW, Rod?
Well, the UAW is saying what it's been saying all along in these cases is that they basically went back on their oath as union leadership, and it's the right answer. But they're also saying that they have severed all ties with him. They're looking to get the legal fees that they paid back from him. And Dennis Williams has paid roughly $135,000 to the UAW. They say he owed them.
Legal fees have been considerable in all this, no doubt. All right, Rod.
The fallout continues from the cyber attack that crippled a fuel pipeline that's essential to the East Coast. The attack is believed to have been carried out by a Russian criminal operation for ransom payments. The Kremlin today, though, rejected allegations that Russia could be related to the hackers. Meanwhile, the critical 5,500-mile Colonial Pipeline is still out of commission. Every moment the pipeline is offline makes it more likely Americans could pay more at the pump.
It will take a few days to ramp up operations. This pipeline has never been shut down before. It travels great distances.
The current gas shortage will likely get worse. However, AAA is urging drivers not to panic and start hoarding gasoline because it's hopefully a temporary situation.
President Biden is scheduled to make a stop here in Metro Detroit next week. The president's going to tour the Ford Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn on Tuesday. As we reported, Ford is investing nearly $1 billion in its Metro Detroit plans to build EVs. The automaker says 200 workers are going to be hired at the Dearborn plant, where they are going to build the all-electric F-150 pickup, the Lightning, starting in mid-2022. She lost her daughter in a freak accident at school. She hasn't stopped fighting for change ever since.
New here at 5, how something called Liliana's Law could prevent tragedies like this from ever happening again. Hank.
Postal Service is working to hire you, which could help with the big delays in mail delivery. But what is really going on here? Tonight, we're getting answers. Help me, Hank.
A big break in a case of a deadly hit and run right here in Birmingham, a case the victim's family would not let go cold.
I got you. I got you. We did it. We will win.
Next, you have to hear how Birmingham police found the car and the driver.